Quack, quack, mother ducker. This is a duck Reuben sandwich. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, this video is for you. Hey everybody, this is Chef Stuart from SNash420, and today I'm going to be coming at you with another video tutorial. Today we're going to be making a corn duck. So, I have here 3 ounces of salt. And first thing we have to do to make corn duck is to make the brine. So I have 3 ounces of salt here. I'm going to throw this in a little quart container, along with 2 tablespoons of pickling spice, and a nice heaping teaspoon of garlic, now for our infusions, we're going to add a teaspoon of cannabis flowers, about 1 gram. And then for a little extra potency, we're going to add two grams each of THC and CBD tinctures. And then we have hot water that just came to a boil that we're just going to pour on top of this and melt everything together. Now I'm going to put this into the refrigerator to cool for at least an hour or so, and once it's cool, we'll come back, we'll brine our ducks, and we can move on with the process. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so we are back. So our brine has been completely cooled, and now we're going to go ahead and take our duck breasts, and we're just going to pop them into a Ziploc bag. And then we're going to take this brine and we are going to cover the ducks in the brine. Then we're going to push as much of the air out of the bag as possible. Creating a nice vacuum-like seal with the ducks completely submerged in the brine. And it's going to sit like that for about 5 days or so. I'm just going to take this whole baggie and pop this in a quart container for stability. And we're going to pop this whole thing back in the fridge. And we'll be back in 5 days, 4 to 5 days, and we'll show you what we're going to do with this to turn this from just marinated duck into corned duck. So stick around for that. You don't want to miss this. Hey everybody, and we are back. So this has now been in the brine for about 5 days, and we are going to go ahead and take the duck out of the brine now. And as you can see, it's kind of firmed up a bit. The color's darkened a little bit, but nothing too crazy. And I'm just going to place these right in the crock pot vessel here. I'm not even going to rinse them off because we did not have any TCM in here, so there's nothing that would be a problem to keep on here. Set that in there for now. So here I have a little container of chicken stock that I had in my freezer, and I'm just going to throw this chicken stock over the duck breasts. And I'm going to add some more pickling spice. And just give that a kind of little mix up. And now I'm going to cover this and put this on low in my crock pot for 8 to 10 hours. And tonight when I came back from work, we'll take a look at the ducks and we'll put them in the fridge to cool overnight. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, and we are back. So the ducks have been in the slow cooker for about 12 hours now. We're going to go ahead and very gently pull these duck breasts out and put them in a quart container. Then we're going to cover them with the braising liquid. We're going to cover this and put this in the fridge overnight, and we'll come back to it tomorrow morning. We'll see you then. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, and we are back. So the ducks have been cooling down overnight in the stock, and now we are going to take the fat off and see what the ducks look like. So that is some beautiful duck fat right there. Definitely want to save that. Always a good idea to save duck fat. So now I'm going to pull these beautiful duck breasts out of the broth. Now the skin on these, not really much that we can do with them, so at this point I'm just going to put them off to the side. Maybe we can turn them into cracklings or something. But just take a look at how beautiful this meat is. Nice and pink in the center. Kind of falls apart. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. Don't even need to slice it. Kind of can just pull it apart. It's so beautiful. So beautifully tender. Now by itself, you taste the full corning. I don't know if I'm really getting any of the cannabis flavor from the initial marinade, but it's very tasty. It definitely tastes corn, which is a beautiful thing. You got this beautiful, beautiful corn duck here. And I think what I want to do with it is make a nice, kind of unconventional sandwich. A Reuben of sorts. So we'll be right back with the next elements to make this sandwich. You definitely want to stick around for this. Alright guys, and we are back. So If we're going to do a Reuben style sandwich, we definitely need a Thousand Island style dressing. So here I've got some mayonnaise, some pickle relish, and some ketchup. And in this bowl here I have the duck fat that we gathered from the top of that stock. Now I'm going to go ahead and take some of our tincture and I'm going to add it to this duck fat. So this duck fat is going to be our delicious source of THC potency. And then I'm also going to add some CBD oil as well, just so we get a nice balance. And then finally, I think I will grab some terpenes. And since we are doing duck, I say let's kick up the citrusiness and do a little clementine terpene. Literally just want one drop. Right, that may have been 2 drops. It's going to be a little terp heavy, but that's okay. We like terps. I love me some terps. All right, so I'm just going to stir this in. Oh man, wish you could smell that. All right, so grab a little bowl here and a spoon, and we will grab some mayo, put that in our little bowl here. I think that should be plenty. Get rid of that. We'll add some of this relish. Relish the thought. That was stupid. There's plenty there. And we also have to make sure that we are caught up or catch up. That didn't work. No, that didn't work at all. Okay. And we're gonna kind of stir that together till we get a familiar looking orangey dressing with some chunks in it. Not bad. Definitely use some salt. Some cracked black pepper. Okay. I think it could use a splash of acidity. I'm going to grab some lime juice. I think that'll definitely kick it up to where we want it to be. Just a few dashes of some lime juice. That's beautiful. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add some of our duck fat. Now that's a sauce. Get tiny hints of the duckiness. It's not like the first thing that hits you, but it's definitely there in the background. Yeah, otherwise it tastes like a very nice balanced Thousand Island dressing. So that's one element done. All right, let's move on to the next element, which is our crepe. Okay, everybody, and we are back. So here I have a container of sauerkraut. And this sauerkraut we're going to use for this Reuben Sandwich here. So the sauerkraut we're going to use for our sando. Right now I've got a cast iron pan heating up over here. And we're going to go ahead, once this is hot, which is not yet, we're going to add our duck and the first thing we're going to do before we do any of that is, this is the bread that we made in a previous episode, the Wheat is My Bread and Butter episode. So if you haven't seen that video, there'll be a link in the description up here somewhere. There's be a link up here somewhere, the link in the description down below. You should definitely check that out. But I think we should go ahead and get these guys toasted off first before we do anything else. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut some nice slices of this bread here. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to say technically this is not accurate because this is a sourdough bread and most Reuben sandwiches are built on rye. But I will say to that most Reuben sandwiches are not made with duck, so we're in uncharted territories. And for those people that would have an issue with that, my only response is quack, quack, mother ducker. And I repeat that, quack, quack, mother ducker. All right, so we got our bread ready to rock over here. Our pan is almost hot. All right, so our pan is now nice and hot, and we're going to go ahead and just toast off our bread. We're going to put a drop of this duck fat in the pan here. Oh, it's nice and hot. Maybe a little bit too hot. Going to turn that down a little bit. Don't want to set off my smoke alarms. But that is definitely nice and hot. And we're going to go ahead and toast our bread now. Just for a couple minutes on each side. Flip that over. Oh yeah. All right. So we are nice and goldy, beautiful looking, toasted. Grab myself a little lined pan here. Go ahead and put these toasts down on this pan. I'm going to put the pan off to the side. Now, for the fun part. Take a little bit of this duck fat. And in goes the duck meat. Actually, you might as well just put all of it in there. Okay. Now, get some of this kraut in there. Just a little bit. And that sound means that our oven has reached temperature, which is great. All right, so our duck is nice and steamy. We're gonna go ahead and put it down on our bread here. So if you can see that, we got a nice coating of duck there on our bread. And we are going to spoon some Thousand Island over the top of our duck here. And we are going to top that with our second side of bread. Push it down, make it nice. Put it center tray. And we're going to bake this guy in the oven for about 10 minutes. All right, and we are back. So our sandwich has come out of the oven, and we are ready to go ahead and plate this up. So, as you can tell, bread's nice and crispy. And I'm going to make one good solid cut here. Look at that. That is amazing. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what this thing tastes like. You get the duck, for sure, and that corn. It almost is like a lighter version of corned beef. You get the citrus through the Thousand Island. You get the creaminess of our cheese and just an absolutely fantastic little cannabis flavor coming from the bread. That's awesome. You guys should definitely try this at home. As always with all of my recipes, you can find the recipe for this as well as every video that I've done going all the way back to the cannabis tincture episode on my website, snash420.net, under my blog section. Feel free to check out my socials, snash420 at Instagram, snash420 at TikTok. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow. Anything you could do, any comments, any suggestions that you might have would be very helpful and much appreciated. Thank you guys. We'll catch you next time.